Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chiefs Blitz Breaking News Show. Here are your hosts, Mr. BowTie Sports, a.k.a. Hence Todd and the Juice Kid, the KC Mango.
Well,
welcome in, guys. It's the Breaking News Show. I know you guys missed me. I know I was gone for a while, out on a family trip with the kids and the wife. And I come back to breaking news. I'm like, dang, didn't get off the road long enough for Skyy to keep falling. I am Hence Todd. That is Nick Adams. The Juice Kid is not on the show today. He's in somewhere in London, 3 a.m., 5, 6, 7 in the morning, probably sleep.
He's sleeping.
But we want to thank you guys. We want to thank you guys for coming in, and all you guys that's tuning in right now on Facebook, YouTube, or all the platforms. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button to Chiefs Blitz on YouTube, where we can give you all the latest news. Soon you get out the shower, soon you lay in the bed, soon you come out of Bible study. We be right there for you to get all the latest news that you need. So with that said, let's get into the trade of the day. Nick, what you have for us?
All right. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs have traded 2022 second-round pick Skyy Moore to the San Francisco 49ers for a 2027 sixth-round pick, and the Chiefs will send a seventh-round pick to San Francisco as part of the overall compensation. Skyy Moore has one more year before he is a free agent. So this is going to a team in the 49ers that are decimated by injuries at the wide receiver position. Good fit for him. I reported earlier on the our regular Wednesday podcast, the Minnesota Vikings were a team that were interested in Skyy Moore. But Chiefs and the 49ers have had a pretty long history of making trades with one another. And this is the latest move. Remember, they swapped picks. They've made trades in the draft. They've made trades for players. So I think this helps both teams. Skyy Moore wasn't going to make the roster for Kansas City, so now he's headed to the San Francisco 49ers.
So with that said, I'll see you Western in here. So you know what I got to do for the guys in the chat. He said he want to hear it. Only for the guy.
Oh, yeah?
In the arms of the angel.
Yes.
For him.
Yes, we'd love to hear your. We loved also. We have changed our format a little bit, even though we're making this podcast available through social media. To chat, you do have to subscribe. So just click on the YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button, and then you can join us in the chat room as we discuss the Chiefs trade of Skyy Moore. So hence, there it is. Chiefs will get. Moore, and it's a 2027 seventh pick to the 49ers for a 2027 sixth round pick. Let's hope the 49ers are terrible in 2027, and this is a high sixth round pick. But I think for me, this makes a lot of sense. As I mentioned, I put an article up on ChiefsBlitz.com as well. And listen, he made two significant plays for the Chiefs: the touchdown in Super Bowl 57, and then the kick punt return in 2000. A year later, helped the Chiefs catapult themselves to the back-to-back Super Bowl. And, of course, he caught a touchdown pass. So, listen, he did everything he could to make this roster. They gave him every opportunity back in 2022. They put him on special teams. He struggled. He fumbled. Had a big fumble in the game against the Colts, which the Chiefs lost at the 4-yard line. Just never really stepped up at the wide receiver position. And, I think it was a lack of confidence. It could be, it could be all sorts of things, but the bottom line is it just didn't work.
It didn't work, man. I was banging on the drum for one guy that, everybody don't like me talk about on the show a lot, but he was in Pittsburgh. And now he's over there in Dallas doing a lot of stuff in training camp and looking good in preseason as well. And that is George Pickens, man. I wanted George Pickens on the Chief. They got a Skyy Moore, because the hand size, you got massive legs. And I can see what the 49ers going to do with him. They're going to put him in the backfield, right? They're going to have him come. They're going to use him like a Debo. watch and see. The 49ers going to use Skyy Moore like a Debo, you know what I mean, with the hands and his running back skills he had it when he was coming out of college as well. But hey, the sky has fallen for Skyy Moore. He's with the 49ers, you know what I mean? So what's next, right? So that the roster, you know what I mean, is about to get, it's actually showing itself. The wide receiver room is actually showing itself right now, right? So that lets you know what they thought of Thornton right now. And I also, what he been doing in training camp and, in preseason as well. The flashes he have shown, the speed he has shown as well. I feel like, I feel like the Chiefs have, this all along. When we watched that game against the Seahawks, man, I was watching it, 2 hours ahead of Kansas City. And now when I was in Arizona, watching it on my phone, Nick probably say, "You on vacation? Why are you calling me to watch the game?" But I was watching the game on my phone, and I was put in the chat in our little group chat we have, and I said, "Skyy Moore, his numbers on the day is done because what he was, what he did, and when in that game the passes dropped, but he had a nice kickoff return as well." But other than that, man, we got a vet breach, right? Vet breach. Do we look at him in the mirror and say, "Hey, was Patrick Mahomes actually your pick?" It was John Dorsey, was it? Who was it? Who was it? Because now we got Felix right now. What was going on with him, and now we got Skyy Moore and some other guys as well. So Rashee Rice is the guy that ridging on Brett Veach, but this right here had to say this was a miss for Kansas City. But I'm not saying that the kid is going to be his NFL career is over, because he's going over a team that's going to probably use his skill level and have him coming out the backfield and everything else as well. So let's get into what Tom Hood, Western had to say first. Go ahead, Nick.
All right, Weston said, I also think he wasn't a fit for Andy's tight end heavy offense. I mean, listen, I said this when they drafted him, and I'm going to stick to it. If you look at his college tape, great hands, ran great routes, yak ability, confidence, play the slot to perfection. He was one of the best receivers in college football the year he, came to the Chiefs. And so I think if you look at all that, but sometimes it doesn't work, as Hence mentioned, sometimes these picks don't work. FAU didn't work. Skyy Moore didn't work. Breland Speaks didn't work. But overall, most of the other draft picks the Chiefs had, there's a few in there, have worked out, and that's the bulk of their roster. So, I liked the kid's energy. He really worked hard this offseason. I talked to several people who indicated he was in a good place. He knew early on it wasn't going to work in Kansas City. And I'm glad he had the big, punt return that probably put him out there on the highlight reel. All the teams saw and said, "Hey, maybe he can be our special teams guy." And of course, he made a great special teams play to help the Chiefs catapult themselves to their second straight Super Bowl a couple of years ago. So
what does say about Dave Toll, what he said about him earlier in the day, or about Skyy Moore? He's one of their best punt returners. Then next the kid get traded.
Well, that's why he said it. That's why he said it, to promote. There were two teams interested in him, the 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. But apparently the Chiefs felt more comfortable making the deal with San Francisco, probably thinking they would have a better sixth-round pick overall. But those are the two teams that were interested, and I think primarily because of the big special teams play that he made. Absolutely. So for Kansas City, this is a good deal. The fact that they got something for him is great. And as Tommy Hood said, they were able to get something. And when you told me that it was a 6th and 7th round pick, I said, no, that can't be right. So when we looked it up, again, the Chiefs giving away a 7th round pick, they're getting a 6th, they're getting rid of Skyy Moore, who wasn't going to make the roster. And the Chiefs' depth at the wide receiver position, does this mean that Nico Remigio makes the team? Does this mean that Jason Brownlee makes the team? Tyquan Thornton, I think, is a lock to make the team. Because right now I got the Chiefs carrying 7 wide receivers until we know for sure what happens with Rashee Rice. And again, next week, I believe we're going to know if the NFL and the NFLPA can come to an agreement on the suspension for Rashee Rice. So it's more possible now that if that meeting goes well, he'll be suspended for at least 4 or 5 games to start the season instead of waiting 4 or 5 games to serve his suspension. So, and Crystal Lee chiming in. Most of the King got what they wanted. Not I. Much true love to Sunny Skies. Crystal always has a positive feeling on all this stuff. Did we get anything good in return? Hey, we got a 2027 6th round pick. So who knows? But again, here's the deal. Skyy Moore and a 2027 7th round pick to the 49ers for a 2027 6th round pick. And that's all the Chiefs could get. And
could have been George Pickens. That's all I'm saying. It could have been George Pickens or Christian Watson that I was rooting for that time right there.
He hasn't done much in the NFL either. So
but put it with Patrick Mahomes. Hey,
he's injured. He's been injured every year.
Yeah, but Skyy Moore, man,
just gonna beat this horse.
And Skyy Moore, if he put it all together, and I hope the kid really does. I really hope the kid really go out here in the 49ers and put it all together, right?
Yeah.
They, come showcase what he can actually do.
Right.
And also, what I looked at too, I said, well, I didn't like I didn't like Smith wearing the number 30. Now 24 is available. It's not Jamal Charles. Jamal Charles was number 25, but hey, you could be the next running back and put on number 24. It could be really good. You know what I mean? So with that, but Skyy Moore, man, hey, thanks for the, to be honest, guys, thanks for him, helping us win the Super Bowl, getting that catch, and so also the punt returns that he had as well. So yeah. I feel like Skyy Moore is going to be, I'm hoping the kid goes out here and turning around with the 49ers as well.
Yeah.
But yes, Skyy Moore has been traded to the 49ers for a 27 round pick with the 49ers for a swap of a 26 round pick with the Kansas City Chiefs. Also the 49ers get the Skyy Moore as well. So now, if Skyy Moore come across this show, I know a lot of people are saying the Chiefs fans are tired of Skyy Moore, the drops and everything. Yes, it was. That year, what Tony and Skyy did to us was unbelievable. The drops and everything else we had as fans was totally upset. But also, if you come across this show, I want the kid to know, hey, take this opportunity, what you get with the 49ers, and make the best of it. Because, hey, this could be your last opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get traded over there, but, hey, you probably don't make the 53 roster over there when it's all said and done. So take this opportunity, come out there and show what you can show up and practice and the rest of and training camp, rest of training camp and the preseason, the last game of the preseason, and go out there and showcase what you can get, man. So let's get into some of this, some of these topics in here. Let's see what Ron had to say here.
Hey, that's good. I thought we would have gone for conditional, if anything, but hey, we'll take it. Again, NBA cap fitteds. Apparently, he's a 49ers fan. They got Skyy Moore, so he can be happy about that. Hey, he's not a terrible player if he's 100% healthy this year, and he has some confidence. And this trade should give him some confidence. I mean, it's not like he's going to a terrible football team. It's not like he's not. He's going to have a really good quarterback. Who it's a good fit. What he makes of this opportunity, again, he'll be an unrestricted free agent at the end of this year. Hopefully for his sake, he has a really great year and, he comes back.
Do you think they try to swap him to Washington and the Chiefs get the running back that they were trying to trade off?
Not enough compensation. I mean, honestly, there would have to have been more draft picks involved. The Chiefs would have had to give up a lot more. I think at the end of the day, I don't know why you want a running back for the Chiefs. I think they're fine. I'm not too concerned about the running back room.
I'm just saying, like, if there was an option out there, you think they would probably try to take that option?
I don't know what they're going to do with this roster spot. To be honest with you, I think they're going to be looking at depth at an offensive line. I think they're going to bring a veteran guard in. There's some talk that Nick Allegretti is not going to make the Commanders roster this year. He could be either a trade candidate. I think he would love to come back to the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs would love to have him. I think he would be a guy you could probably plug and play at left guard right now if the Kings assume it.
Crystal Lee, I'm not trying to give the man 24 away. I'm just trying to give Bashard Smith a better number on the jersey. I don't like the 30. I don't like a 30 on a running back. So if he get the 24 came available, I'm the first. If I'm him, I'm first there like, hey, can I change my number before the season starts? Oh, Ron said Elijah Mitchell does not make this make the team. Bashard Smith should take 25. I'm with that as well. You know what I mean?
I'm with that too.
He showed some flashes when I was watching the Seahawks game, you know what I mean? But he played a little better, but there's a lot of holes out there that I seen that he missed out there as well. But that you got to look at it. This is his first year as a running back, like second full year could be at a running back, but it's his first time playing in college as well. But again, Skyy Moore, you got to take a cheat on these opportunities with the 49ers. Go out there and San Fran and showcase what you can do, because he had the opportunity here to get it done, right?
He did. He got every opportunity. You know, he came in. You know, he had a good training camp. He got back there on special teams. He struggled. He had a case of the drops for 2 seasons. He was injured last season. So I mean, you look at overall the whole situation, and I give credit to the Chiefs. I mean, they spent 3 years giving him the opportunities, and in a couple of clutch plays he made, and those are going to be his legacy in Kansas City. And sometimes you only have a guy who's a high pick that makes a couple of key plays. I mean, look at Daniel Sorensen. He made one of the biggest plays in the Chiefs playoff history. He wasn't a great safety; he was a good safety, but he made plays, and sometimes guys just come out and just can't adjust to the NFL level, the NFL speed, and the expectations, and that's what did him in. But again, I don't think anybody's going to be upset, that it didn't work out. These things happen. The Chiefs have hit far more at a probably 80% to 85% clip on their draft picks since 2022. So I'm not too concerned about what the perception might be about all this. But, I mean, Hence, listen, again, he had talent. He had the opportunity. It just didn't click. And I hope he goes to San Francisco and he kills it. And, he gets a good contract next year from somebody.
When Rashee Rice went down, the Chiefs was wide receiver hungry, right? Yeah. They even brought in the D-Hop that was on his back end of his career as well. So, and Skyy Moore he had every opportunity, not just that, but you playing with Patrick Mahomes, you know what I mean? So I don't know if Xavier Worthy came in and Rashee Rice came in and them guys came in and take it very serious. I'm not saying Skyy Moore didn't. I'm just saying he had the opportunity to be that guy, been a second round pick, and come out and actually be that guy. And you got a quarterback and offensive coordinator that could drive up the plays and get it done for you as well. So Skyy Moore, take heed of this opportunity to get it done. Hey, in the 49ers, you getting a Super Bowl champ because you didn't get to get one with at least we gave you a ring that you didn't get to get with the.
You got 2 rings, right? You got 2 rings.
Yeah, so you got 2 rings. The 49ers couldn't do both of the rings for the 49ers that he, on the team will have to get done as well. But again, so hey, Skyy Moore is no longer here. I know some fans are probably throwing a party right now because that's a guy that they was wanted off the team. But Skyy Moore, man, take this by the horns and take heed of this opportunity and get this done. Let's get into some more of this chatterish. What's going on in this chat over here? Tom Hood said, "What, Nick?"
This guy seemed to struggle getting separation when running routes. Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. Especially when he had a lack of confidence. It wasn't, you got to remember in this offense, as Ron points out, the Chiefs' high-flying offense is going to come back this year. Matt Nagy became a head coach next season, or does his time in Chicago hinder that? I think he's going to be a head coach again in the NFL. I really do. I don't think it's going to be with the Chiefs, but I think he'll be a head coach. I think the Chiefs are going to go scorched earth offensively. But, as regards to Moore, he wasn't going to be a fit this year, and I think the Chiefs did him a favor by sending him to a good team. He could have gone almost anywhere. I mean, he could have ended up in the Browns or the some team like that, Carolina, which is going to probably be better this year. Could have gone in a weird weather situation in Seattle. Now he goes to San Francisco. I mean, listen, they're decimated by injuries. They got 4 wide receivers who are hurt, and 4 key wide receivers.
Demarcus Robinson got suspended,
Robinson got suspended, and somebody posted a list of the receivers they had that were banged up, but there were at least 3 of them. Interesting that Robinson got a 3-game suspension. That seems to be the magic number, except when it comes to Rashee Rice, which is probably going to be a much higher number for his involvement. But, again, loved the kid, loved his effort. He did everything he could, and it just didn't work out. Chris Lee says, do they use that future 6th-round pick to trade for a defensive lineman? I don't think they're going to trade. I think they're going to wait to see what comes off the waiver wire once the cuts are made. There's a couple of names out there they probably are interested in, I think. But at the end of the day, I think right now safety and
maybe cornerback.
I think Joshua Williams is going to play a lot on Friday night, so we should get a lot there. To me, the biggest issue is left guard. Kingsley Sumateo is really solid in the run, but he's pass blocking. And we talked about it a lot. And, if I'm going to use that draft pick, it's going to be used to maybe bring in another guard. There are 4 or 5 30-something or high 20-something, guards that are available. Whether the Chiefs are going to pull the Trevor, Shaq Mason is a guy that's available. If that's where the money has to go. I think safety, left guard, and I'd like to see another pass rusher. Those would be the 3 areas that I look at between now and the start of opening bell.
Yeah, but if I'm them, gather up them picks. If the 49ers don't be good next year, you can trade up in the draft next year. Use those picks to trade up in the higher rounds and stuff like that. But again, this wide receiver, that lets you know Thornton came in and said, I'm not playing around. I'm taking this opportunity. I'm going to showcase what I got. I don't care if anybody got 2 rings, 3 rings, 4 rings, more rings than I'm still going to come out here and showcase my talented skills level that I get to have in Baylor. I know Lou say Baylor receivers are not going to show up in the NFL, but this guy is with Patrick Mahomes.
At some point they will.
At some point they will. And this could be that guy didn't have that opportunity in New England. And now he's getting that opportunity with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, the same opportunity that Skyy Moore got with the Chiefs as well. So it's what you do with your time and notebook and your notepad and your ink pen and your pencil. You got to keep it sharp when you're in a classroom and studying very hard. And I feel like Skyy Moore didn't do that as well here in Kansas City, and a lot of fans kind of seen that with the punt returns drops. He single-handedly lost us a whole game. Well, for the punt returns drops and be the bad drops of passing, and what was he been here? 3 years? 3 years.
This would have been his 4th year.
Yeah,
he came into class with Karlaftis and McDuffie and.
To get it together, and then it happened for him, and sometimes, like I said before, some guys do not fit in systems, right? Some guys we get, you probably say, hey, this is the guy that's made for us, but he probably ain't fitting in the system right now. So before we close out here, Ryan said this. Go ahead, Nick.
Seeing how Kingsley reacts to Eagles and Giants in back-to-back weeks will be telling. I think a decision will be made after week 3. Yeah, I mean, I think it's quite possible. The Chiefs could put Caliendo out there if they really wanted to, and that could be something that they do. They could move more there. I say move Asa Pohl, even though he's got 0 experience at left guard. They're going to have 2 weeks. They got 2 weeks to figure it out. If they think they can correct his footwork in passing situations, I think he'll be okay.
Right.
Is he going to be a superstar? Is he going to be lights out? It's going to take some time. But, you get a pretty good Chargers, pass rush. Then you get an Eagles, terrific pass rush. Giants have a great pass rush. The Ravens have a good pass rush. Jacksonville, probably not as good as the first 4 that he's going to face. So he's going to get baptism under fire. So if he can come out and hold his own, and Patrick Mahomes has time to survey the field, the key for the Chiefs offense, in my opinion, as much as I love Patrick being mobile, if he can stay in the pocket and pick you apart, this offense will be unstoppable. There's not going to be a defense that's going to be able to stop this team.
Yeah,
if he's on the run and he's on the move constantly, it's going to be a problem.
Now, with this move, do you think the Chiefs will make some more moves and trades and good things like that, young Nick?
I think they're gonna go more the free agent variety. I think this was probably their trade. Again, they've talked to Justin Simmons, the safety. He wants upwards of $8 to $9 million. So I can't see Kansas City offering that kind of money. Shaq Mason is a free agent guard, who I think is a good possibility. Zadarius Smith, pass rusher. Judon got a $5 million deal, so I think that would be the same that Smith could get from Kansas City. You're bringing a veteran pass rusher. Those are the areas. So, I mean, again, there could be a trade going. There could be another deal that they move. Maybe they don't like their defensive tackle rotation. Omar Norman Lott is injured. He's not going to play this week, so he's got 2 weeks to get ready. They need him to be productive. They need Ashton Galati to be productive. They already lost. They've got injuries on they lost FAU. They lost an undrafted free agent kid that looked pretty good early in camp. So they're down a little bit here, and someone's got to step up. So I don't think the Chiefs are going to have any holes going into the regular season. I think they're gonna have a sufficient backup at left guard. I think they'll bring in a veteran or two. Maybe post cuts. Cuts are next Tuesday, so 6 days. And we'll know for sure. But I'm confident that Brett Veach is not going to go into the season without having a couple of things taken care of. How ironic that they bring in a number 2 Thornton in your side, who I was hoping that they would have drafted over Skyy Walker. Skyy Walker, I love you. Yeah, Thornton's. You're getting me there, girl. Hey, fellas. Yeah, I think I think Thornton's gonna stick. I think Juju talked a lot about him today too, and said the progress that he's made from being in New England.
Smoking Niner guy. What?
But Smoking Niner guy. Hey, fellas, just catching the last of the live, seeing how the other side feels about the trade. Hey, listen, Smoking Niner guy, you're getting a good football player who just didn't have the confidence, and the role was pretty little too much for him. Put him out there in special teams to return punts or kickoffs, and then have him be a guy who's in the slot, works out of the backfield. I think you'll get a guy that in the right situation, maybe he gets you 400 or 500 yards in receiving and another $120 or 200 on the ground. So I think for me, definitely, you're getting a good football player. He's smart. He just didn't fit in Kansas City, and hopefully
some guys that just don't fit the scheme.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
I think they're gonna probably put him in their Debo, skill level. I was hoping that the Chiefs used him more coming out the backfield, but they didn't do it, or I don't know why they didn't. But if I was Chiefs, I would kind of use more of him in the backfield, like a Debo. Right. He got the big hands. His legs are very huge as well. So I feel like that's what the 49ers are going to probably do with him.
Mm-hmm.
And you never know. He probably turned into a superstar. Sometimes if some guys go on to other teams and turn out to be very well, I mean, just the scenery wasn't too much for him, or the city wasn't right for him, or he needed enough sun. And I feel like sky limits are falling right now, but the sky is always, when it's cloudy, the sky opens up, still gets sunny. So I feel like it can happen for Skyy Moore, Smoke Niner gang. So if you're really looking to you get a guy that got 2 Super Bowl rings with Kansas City Chiefs that helped the Kansas City Chiefs get 2 Super Bowl rings, and now
that's a good luck charm.
now he's bringing that over there to the 49ers as well. So, and he got open against the Eagles. So
he went to the Super Bowl for 3 years. So, it's a positive jinx. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So with that said, guys, hey, again, Skyy Moore has been traded to the 49ers for a 7th round pick to the 49ers. Also, we sent the 7th round pick to the 49ers for a 2027 6th round pick that the Kansas City Chiefs will receive as well. So we want to thank all you guys that jumped in here.
Yep, appreciate that.
Smoking Niner game.
Yeah, if you're watching us on Twitter, you're watching us on Facebook, please hit the subscribe button. It's pretty simple. Most of our shows go live through our YouTube channel only, but we decided to kind of open it up tonight on the Breaking News Show. So hopefully we get some more people, but please subscribe. I want to thank our sponsors, Underdog, as well. We'll be back on Friday. Now, we may do a special edition tomorrow. There was some news that broke today from a reporter from Sam McDowell in the Kansas City Star about an incident that happened last year regarding 3 bullets and broken glass at the Chiefs facility. It just was reported that there was 3 shots fired at Arrowhead offices last year. It just came out today. One of those bullets hit the office of head coach Andy Reid.
Could have been a Bengals fan, because
we're not gonna go there. I don't know enough about it to comment.
Bengals burnt up the parking lot. Remember that?
It'll definitely be part of the show, either a special edition tomorrow or we'll talk about it Friday on our 1:30 show as well. All right, and remember, the Chiefs play the Bears Friday night. A lot of the starters are going to play at least a series or 2, and that's a good thing. Get them some extra work. In 2 weeks from Friday, the Chiefs will open in Sao Paulo, Brazil, facing the Los Angeles/San Diego Chargers in the NFL season opener for both teams. So, Smoking Niner guy, enjoy your new player. You got a good person. Hopefully, this is the right opportunity. One last question from Crystal Lee. Why is it that no one wants to see these players develop? I truly believe 71, Simmons, Kingsley, 76 are going to be dynamite. Give them time, just like 52 and number 65 in Creed and Smith. I don't disagree with you. It's just a matter of how much patience Andy Reid, Matt Nagy, and Andy Heck and Patrick Mahomes have if he struggles. That's the only thing. So we'll see. It'll play itself out for sure.
And keep all your questions coming for our Q&A show on Friday, guys.
Right.
Where we're going to kick back and happen. I'm supposed to have been back on Friday, but hey, I'm back today and I'm surprised everybody. So I miss you guys in the chat. I know y'all see me in the chat going back and forth, but I want to thank all you guys for joining again. And please, people on Facebook, X, and all the X accounts, go on and hit that subscribe button because you are not going to get any late news or better news than Chiefs Blitz right here, guys. So with that said, guys, we will see you guys Friday at 1:30 with our Q&A questions where we will sit and relax with the rest of the guys in the bar and answer all your questions that you have for us. So with that said, guys, we will see you guys
everybody.
Friday.